From the Gunslinger's Manual.
The wildest wild in Wild West news.
Fetterman and all 81 of his men died, along with 51 civilians, while defending the Bozeman Trail.
Fetterman underestimated the primitive fighting tactics of the Indians.
The tribe set a trap by luring Fetterman's men over a ridge which was not supposed to be crossed by the American military.
Exposed to frozen ground, Fetterman's men were quickly surrounded on all three sides.
The Indians had few guns, and fought mostly with bows, arrows, spears, and clubs.
Sources report that Indians scalped and mutilated the bodies of the soldiers.
In an act of terrorism, the natives have been inciting violence against the United States with the ghost dance.
We have exclusive footage of this terrorism.
Stop dancing, I command you. White men must die. Silence! We will be talking about the Homestead Act. The Homestead Act has been angering farmers and people all around the country for a while.
Okay, so the Homestead Act is basically, it's the government trying to help settlers expand out into the new territory across the country. And when settlers go out to a new territory, the government gives them a free 160 acres of land so the family of settlers can farm and get their crops and all. But there's also some downsides to it. So in order for the family to stay on that farm and actually make it theirs, they have to add an improvement onto the farm, and they also have to live there for 5 years. Now that might be quite a long time for some people. Like we know there's some miners that go through boom towns and ghost towns. So if people are trying to just run around and like go here and there, they won't be able to live there for 5 years. So it's kind of a waste of land. Also, the land that the government is providing them isn't very stable and very fertile, so a lot of people are getting angered by that.
And now we will go to a live interview about the Homestead Act.
Pleasure to see you on this fine morning. Is it okay if I ask you a couple questions?
Sure, darn right it is.
Yep, I'd hope so. What do you think about the Homestead Act?
Well, for me, I don't really like it because it's making me live on the farm for 5 years, and I have to make an improvement to it also in order for me to make that my future property so I can settle there with my family. But I'm more of a, I like to call myself a hopper because I hop everywhere. I usually live in a place for a year, only farm there, and I farm different crops. So living in the same area for 5 years is going to be kind of detrimental to my life.
Wow, that's a different perspective from what I've usually heard. Do you know a lot of people who are taking
a lot of my family members and friends, they're getting really bad lands. Like, it's very infertile, so they can't really grow the crops that they want to grow, and it's making them, if they have to go out to other markets and buy food, they can't even grow their own food.
So, not a recommendation you would give?
No, I don't like this act at all.
Well, you heard it here first. The Homestead Act is bust.
Ghost dance.
I'm getting hurt. Somebody help. I need protection.
Did somebody say protection? What you need is the new modded revolver with 6 shots.
Oh, thanks, random guy.
Speaking of cattle, let's talk about the long drive.
The long drive is mass herding of cattle over the plains of Texas and other states.
This created new demand for cattle because not only is their skin worthwhile, their meat is now readily available in the West.
However, there are many dangers. Bandits or Indian attacks could put the cattle herds at major loss because each lost cow was a loss of money.
There is also the threat of the cattle dying of sickness and exhaustion.
The settlers that are coming by the railroad are slowly putting the long drive at risk.
Security breach!
Ow, my hand.